The world that most of us knew changed on that fateful and tragic September day in 2001. And since then, the importance of valid identification has taken on a new dimension. The 9/11 Commission, formed after the September 11th terrorist attacks, issued several recommendations and requirements aimed at helping to improve America's security. One challenging requirement was to develop federal identification standards for states to follow when issuing driver licenses or identification cards. After months of preparation, on July 1st, the Delaware Division of Motor Vehicles will introduce the new secure driver license and identification card to our customers. And it's not just the card that has changed. On your next visit to the DMV, you can expect several changes to the process used to issue driver licenses and identification cards. So, why is Delaware making all of this effort to comply with the federal identification standards? The answer is simple: for your security and your convenience. As Delaware complies with the federal standards, your driver license will be more than your authority to operate a motor vehicle or a simple form of identification. Your new federally compliant driver license or ID card will be your form of identification for domestic airline flights, to enter federal facilities, and other official federal purposes. What happens if you don't have the new card? Well, to do any of these things, you would need to present a U.S. passport. And new passport regulations have made the process of obtaining that document more time-consuming and expensive. So, Delaware will issue driver licenses and ID cards that comply with the new federal standards, but to do so will require some changes in our processes. To help make sure you are better prepared for your next visit to Delaware's Division of Motor Vehicles, let's take a moment to look at the new process for issuing these documents. We'll also tell you what you need to bring with you to the DMV so you can get your new compliant driver license or identification card. Here you are at the DMV, and at first glance it might not look as if much has changed. Just as before, your first stop will be at the Information Center, where you'll be handed a ticket with your customer number attached. The customer service representative will direct you to driver services. As you make your way to the driver services waiting area, make sure to listen for your customer number to be called. It will sound something like this.
Now serving A001 at station number 13.
When you hear your number, head for the service counter. That's where you'll begin to notice the changes that are intended to secure the process and improve the flow of customers. Not only is there a new look to this area, but your photo will be taken right away instead of at the end of the process. This is an improvement for you because it adds a layer of security and reduces the number of lines you'll have to visit to complete the transaction. All jokes about driver license photos aside, it's very important to maintain a neutral expression while your photo is taken. This allows the DMV to take full advantage of our facial recognition technology and ensures that your identity is secure at the Division of Motor Vehicles. Once your photo and electronic signature have been captured, the customer service specialist will ask for various source documents depending on what you are trying to accomplish during your visit. Whether you are a first-time applicant in Delaware applying for a renewal or even changing your name, when you come to the DMV for a compliant driver license or ID card, you will need to provide source documents as proof of your identity and legal presence in the United States. A birth certificate or immigration documents will perform that function. You will also need proof of your Social Security number, such as your Social Security card, or a letter from the Social Security Administration that states your Social Security number. And finally, you will need 2 proofs of Delaware residency, such as current utility bills or bank statements sent via U.S. mail. Remember, these are just a few examples of acceptable source documents. For a complete list, go to www.dmv.de.gov. Remember, under new federal regulations, you must provide these source documents to obtain a compliant driver license or identification card. Being prepared for your visit to the DMV will save you time. Once the customer service specialist has collected your documentation, the documents will be electronically verified for authenticity. using our state-of-the-art document verification system. Since these source documents are being electronically verified, you will not have to bring them with you when you renew your driver license or ID card in the future. The only time you would have to bring them on a subsequent visit would be if you are changing any of the information listed on your driver license or identification card, such as in the case of a name change, or if your immigration documents have expired. After your transaction is complete, the customer service specialist will instruct you to take the application to the secure waiting area. That is where you will receive your new federally compliant driver license or identification card. But one more thing before you go. Don't leave until you have verified that all of the information on your new driver license or ID card is correct. An extra second to make sure it is all right will save you an unexpected return trip. You'll notice that your new driver license or ID card will have an updated look. The new design is representative of all things Delaware, and several security features have been incorporated to make the documents unique and extremely hard to duplicate. These features were added as an extra step to help secure your identity. We hope you found this video to be both useful and enjoyable. Please make sure to browse our website for more information regarding our new, more secure driver license and identification card process.